welcome to my channel. Here you go. Mr. Jeremy is going to give you guys the lectures about 12 tribes of Israel. Yeah, last week we talked about famine in Egypt. Now we're going to talk about this chapter. So by this time, Joseph and his brothers and his 11 brothers and also his dad, his father, live in Egypt. And as you guys remember from the previous lessons, Joseph had a very important position in Egypt. He was he was the vizier. He was like the second most powerful person in Egypt, and he was being given a land in the lower Egypt, by the name of Goshen. Okay, Goshen. Now, where these are the land where the Joseph and his brother's family live. Okay, now years gone by, Joseph getting older, and Joseph become a grandpa, and then somehow before he died, Joseph have this kind of final wish. Joseph wished that one day he will be buried in the promised land. Okay, he doesn't want to be buried in Egypt for basically at the time he had no options. Yeah, if after he died, of course he was being put inside of the tomb, temporary tomb. But he said to his children, he said to his descendants that one day when the brothers, the relatives return to the Canaan, he want his dead body to be carried to the Canaan, okay, back to the promised land. All right, so in these lectures I want you guys to memorize the 12 tribes of Israel. Now these 12 tribes, these are the descendants of Joseph's brother. Okay, with additions, by the way, Joseph, by this moment, Joseph had two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh. Okay, they will the one who will represent the portion of Joseph. Okay, let's go into that. Okay, so first we got Reuben. Okay, and then second we got Simeon, we got Levi, we got Judah, and after that we got Zebulun, we got Issachar, we got Dan, we got Gad, Asher, Naphtali, yeah, as I said earlier, Ephraim and Manasseh. Oh, and last but not least, Benjamin too. Okay, Benjamin's descendant too will inherit the land. So 400 years after the death of Joseph, you guys probably heard it from the Sunday school teacher, Moses took the Israelites out of Egypt, and after that they were wandering around in the desert for another 40 years, and after that Moses was being replaced by Joshua. And through Joshua, the Israelites, the descendants of Israel, the descendants of Jacob, they conquered promised land. They conquered Canaan, and they carved themselves the land. And Joshua is distribute the land according to the tribes. Yeah. So I also attach in the materials the map that you have to memorize. Yes, you have to memorize the map. You have to memorize the tribe. Oh, yes, you can do it. Okay, you can do it. All right. Maybe this I'm just gonna add here and there a little bit notes about the Levi. Okay, Levi did not receive any land. Okay, perhaps you're wondering why. Because Levi, they were being entrusted by the Lord to become the tribe that will be responsible to become the priests for the other tribes. So they don't have any land. How do they live? So the other tribes must spare 1 out of 10. Okay, 1 out of 10 of their income, food, whatever it is, to the Levites. So the Levites, they can they can concentrate on serving the Lord as a priest. As I said earlier, Ephraim and Manasseh, they will the one who will inherit Joseph's part. Okay, wait, I need to see something on the screen here. Okay, never mind, my screen still go. There you go. There we go. The descendants of Israel, the descendants of Jacob, they become a nation. And what does it mean? That means it's a fulfillment that what God promised to Abraham. Yeah, what God promised in Genesis chapter 13 all the way to chapter 22. God will make Abraham's descendants as a great nations, and they'll become a blessing for the other nations, and they inherit a land. Because if you think about it, since the time of Abraham left the land of Ur, all the way to this point of the story, yeah, Abraham and his descendants never had a land. Okay, they were just live temporarily in someone else's land. Yeah, including Joseph. Joseph lived in lived in Egypt, but now they have their own land. Now they are suffering, and later they pick someone to become their king, which is David. Now, back to the promise of God to Abraham. Will the nation of Israel become blessing for the other nations? Will they not? Okay, that will be another topic for another lectures. Thank you guys for watching. So good luck with your assignments and the quizzes. Okay, don't forget to memorize it. Okay, bye. God bless you.